very athletic and covers a lot of the net.
Both of these teams have goaltending situations in which they really do see both netminders share time.
He said we've got to be smarter with the puck, and it's all about puck possession.
And conversely, Ohio State had 43 in game one, 37 in game two to get to 80. It was an overtime win in game one, then a regulation win for the Buckeyes in game two. Big reason why they're in the top 10 of the country, 9th ranked team coming into tonight. They're coming off a split last weekend against a very good Michigan State team to pick off a win against number 2 in the country. They're happy coming into this weekend.
Hey, they've surprised a number of teams this year. Remember, it was the coaches' poll at the beginning of the season. They were supposed to finish in last place in the Big Ten, and a nice save there from Say. Said he hasn't been till at 100% until maybe the last 3 weeks now.
Here's a giveaway, and now Dunlap with an opportunity. Moving in, shoots. Say makes the stop, and Hunter Strand comes back to break up the second try.
Talked about playing on your toes. Watch this turnover, though.
It's given away to Knuble. Wrong guy to give it away to. Feeds one, looking back door that time for Kumlin. Comes back to Knuble for a grade A chance, and it's fought off by Turnus. Just 57% in the month of January. One-timer, driven, loose at the top of the paint. Still loose. Turnus coming out to smother it. And
you want to see that puck coming with some velocity.
Again, it was a Buckeye power penalty kill, rather, that was at 84% before this stretch. As they feed it towards the slot, and Notre Dame strikes first. Blake B1G gives the Irish the lead.
Watch Knuble after he wins the draw, basically heads below the goal line, and then B1G just kind of bumps back and out. Gets his stick away from the check, presents it. He's in a one-time position. And that's just a bang-bang play.
By Jaden Davis off the face-off. Played it for himself, and now it's out the other way. B1G was Mr. Hockey. Uh-oh, here comes Burnside. Chance to tie it, and he does! Davis Burnside, the captain, ties it for the Buckeyes.
Now watch 12 get it. Henry Nelson will get over, and then just tries to jam it off the boards. I think that was Thompson who stopped it, gets it to Burnside. So yeah, Riley Thompson to Burnside. He beats the netminder glove side. You know, I have enough faith in our goaltending that they'll maybe get 2 goals on the night. So far after 20 minutes, mission accomplished.
Well, to your point, Owen Say has a better save percentage coming in than Turnus as he makes a stop right here on the shot from Fontaine. Gordon shot it, got his own rebound, and now he buries it. Ryan Gordon gives the Buckeyes the lead.
And he has the presence of mind just to follow through. What he wants the puck, takes that shot, it gets blocked, but he kicks it to his stick. First line's been really good at pushing the D back and then finding the trailer.
Got it again. McBrayer kept it in on his line, got his own rebound off the shot from Knuble, gets it towards net, backhands it in. The Buckeyes lead by 2. A relentless shift.
The puck, and then they keep possession. They go down low to up high. Oh, and a good job by McBrayer, too. His original shot was blocked by Colt into the dressing room and say, guys, listen, you know, we played a pretty good first period. First 10 minutes of the second period was okay, and then we just kind of let our foot off the gas. And
Carfagna is second on the team in block shots coming in to the weekend. 35 as they give it away. Here's a chance for Dunlap. Say makes the stop. Now he shuts down the rebound as well. Now Fisher's got it. 1 minute left in the game. Gets it across. Nelson, quick shot, saved, loose, fired for the empty net, and it's in! The Buckeyes put this one away. Patrick Guzzo from distance delivers the goods, and Ohio State will win game 1.
Spins, he fires. Watch 71. Jump on this puck, turn, shoot. Nothing but net, and that was from about 185 feet. So good for Patrick Guzzo, whose dad managed a rink when he was a youngster, so Guzzo would have got some extra ice.
And they just seemed like methodically kind of worked their way back into this game. Got the 2-goal lead late. Chance for one more here. Wahlberg makes the extra pass, and Gordon has his second. 5 goals for the Buckeyes tonight, and they put the cherry on top in the final minute.
He's something spectacular. No, selfless play here, and yeah,
you're right.
Through the legs. He finds the back of the net. Nice play there by Theo Wahlberg. He made everyone bite on that pass. I think that's the only way Gordon can handle it.
And they will take game one. Ohio State with an impressive victory in the opener. Logan Turnus turns away 27 of the 28 he sees.
Puck is down, and we are underway as Danny Nelson wins the faceoff back, and the Irish will have the puck first tonight. Ohio State coming in at 17-8-2, 10-6-1 in the Big Ten, currently third in the conference standings. Notre Dame 9-17-1, 3-13-1 in the Big Ten. As there's a quick shot. Sure had an assist last night on that goal by Blake B1G in the first period. As Ali chips it down towards the end boards. Johnson able to get there first, but he was crushed by Danny Nelson. Ali over to Nelson with a shot, and he scores! Danny Nelson!
So Danny Nelson's one of those guys, and that's exactly how you go about it. You get physical. He's already had a couple of shots in this game, and right there just overpowers the netminder off the blocker and into the net. I don't know if this gets maybe redirected by the defender.
Shot didn't get through. Back to Burnside. Left circle. Now Fontaine, one-timer, and they score! Ohio State ties it up.
I love the shot. I thought this might have hit something because it ends up going off the right post as we look at it. And Riley Thompson is right there. Maybe it's Axel Kumlin's stick it hits. Oh, yeah. Would consider this kind of a wide open hockey game. Not only shots 19-13, but the scoring chance is right up there, too.
Notre Dame wins the faceoff to start the second. Back to the end boards, but now Janicki brings it the other way for Notre Dame to Knuble through center ice. Knuble has some space on the right side with a shot. Rises too high.
What a move. Right in the
Hawks fan growing up. Seen a lot of the Blackhawks jerseys and everything in the crowd tonight. So here's an opportunity for Montez right in front. Kemp with the point blank save tonight for Kemp as Notre Dame wins the faceoff. B1G over to Knuble. Now Janicki with a lot of room, a shot, but a save by last night.
He's used every inch of his body to keep that biscuit out of the net.
Boomlin has it taken away. Here's an opportunity for Deckhut. In alone on Kemp. Deckhut went to the backhand, and they're waving it off. It went into the back of the net. No goal.
There's the failed attempt by Kumlin off to the races. Good job by Larrigan to get back. But there's that move, and yeah, he beat him cleanly through the legs.
A couple of players digging for the puck. Thompson, Kerr. Comes loose to Fontaine. Able to Burnside, he scores! Davis Burnside, the captain, makes it a 2-goal lead.
Watch the setup from number 2 also. He'll sneak in from the right point. He gets it. Instead of shooting it, puts it into the wheelhouse of Burnside. And not a heck of a lot Kempf could do. You see, 3-1, a big part of that reason is that number 1 line. Fontaine, Thompson, and Burnside, they have been as advertised.
Buckeyes win the faceoff to start the third behind the net. Goes back to the point. Shot for McBrayer. Kemp got a piece of it. Out of the stick of Hong. One-timer McBrayer, he scores!
He's locked and loaded right there. Look at the follow-through.
So it's been 63 saves on the weekend. Now Burnside right out in front, and the Buckeyes score. William Smith, the sophomore defenseman, putting this one home.
We've seen the defense for Ohio State jump up a lot, and even with a 4-1 lead.
As Ohio State will win it 5-1, the Buckeyes complete a season sweep of Notre Dame. What a performance tonight.
Like I said, 2.12 goals against and 926 save percentage.
The puck is down, and we are underway in East Lansing. Face-off won by the Wolverines, by Fantilli, and now here come the Wolverines. Lost that puck. Tanner Kelly bringing it back the other way. Kelly fires a shot. Corpy just knocking that one away. Great interception there from LaPointe. Big hit there as LaPointe goes careening over Andrews. Puck to Trey Augustine. He'll put the glove down for Rayu Mullen. Good interception there by Basgall on the Spartan head. Pass up to Jarecki. Jarecki over to Kelly. Kelly firing that one off the stick of Corpy. And here comes Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer has time and space trying to fire a shot, stopped by Augustine. And we have a delayed penalty. Spartans will have about 1:15 on the man advantage. Isaac Howard over to Dorwart. Dorwart racing in. Russell, nice pass behind him to Basgall. Basgall over to Howard. Howard across the door. Dorwart fires a shot and he'll score!
Is what, in the ancient times, they drew up hockey to look like. Basgall, patient with it, passes it over to Howard, patient with it.
He'll take the lead all for himself with that one. 4 power play goals on the season for Carson Dorwart. He is a point in every series. Is right there. Tiernan Shouty right off the face-off. The puck is still loose in front of Corpy. Now Shouty's in a headlock from LaPointe. Here comes David Gucciardi. He wraps that one around. Truscott was there, passes it up to Shifsky. That one being fired in by O'Connell. Wolverines taking their time. Page over to Edwards. Edwards, Horkoff, he'll fire a shot and a save by Trey Augustine. Hughes to Hage, over to Edwards. Back to Hage, fires a shot from the slot, a bouncing puck. Augustine can't see it, and the Spartans will clear it just for a moment. Another opportunity there, and a goal for the Wolverines. They answer right back, having the longest point streak of any D1 hockey player, and right there, the Wolverines answer right back, and they'll still have 3 minutes, 45 seconds to. Tanner Kelly gets around his defender, couldn't fire the shot, still in control of that puck. Howard's there to help him. Howard firing the shot, and a save by Corpy. And the Wolverines in control with 1:40 remaining in the first period, knotted up at 1-1. Draper firing that one in, Augustine. And both teams will be back to full strength, tied at 1-1, and the second period at Munn Ice Arena is underway. Face-off won by the Wolverines, blocked by the Wolverines. Here comes Werner. Werner with a pass around. Augustine is gonna swallow that one up by Duke. Geary from the blue line fires a shot, that one wide. Larson, another opportunity. O'Connell, the Spartans firing on all angles. Lukashevich with a shot, that one blocked by Werner. Oh, but the Spartans still attacking with the puck. Shouty firing a shot. An opportunity there for Larson, and snagged. Corpy's finally gonna get that one in his glove for the stoppage.
Shots against it. Then he's finally able to snag that shot of Joey Larson, but there's a lot of shots that hit Corpy, but a lot of shots that the Michigan defense was able to block before it can get there. That when you're facing that many shots, it's nice to have some of them not reach you all the way.
Basgall to West, fresh on the ice, he'll fire a shot, and snagged by Corpy. Great eye there by Corpy as Manisto was set up right in front of his net. He kept his eye on that puck.
Yeah, Michigan State doing a good job just getting shots on goal. Now up 17-12 in the shots on goal after a 9-9 split in the first period. A lot of them have come from right now, and one of them.
Manisto's in front of the net. Corpy is down. There's chaos, and somehow Corpy's able to locate that puck. Howard to Stramel, over to Gucciardi. High slot, Gucciardi, and just off the post. Spartans are all systems go in the offensive zone, just looking to get past Corpy.
Wow. I mean, we just witnessed an insane defensive.
Wolverines with the puck. Shot there fired. Spartans on the forecheck had an opportunity. Another shot fired. Kelly was right there at the back door, but they couldn't get the puck to him. Between these rivals, 1-1. Wolverines gonna start with 8 seconds on the man advantage. Face-off one. Over to Edwards, across to Truscott. Fires a shot right in front of the net. Was Ernestine, couldn't get the shot. right there in front of the net. Augustine with the save, 2 shots, 3 shots. The puck is still loose and the Spartans get the clear. All kind of knows about him, but we talked about it with Nick Andrews on Augustine's composure. Whether he's just had a goal scored on him, completed a shutout. 1:10 remaining. Puck wrapped around the boards. Geary's there. Couldn't get his stick on that puck. Here come the Wolverines. Opportunity for Shifsky. Couldn't find the pass. Minute remaining in the period. Firing a shot and a goal! Shifsky gets the tip in off of Edwards' shot, and with less than a minute remaining.
It's like there's been a lid over this game since the first period. And this one just comes in from the blue line.
Stramel to stop on the face-off. Puck is tangled up between players, and that will do it. The Wolverines take game 1. Cameron Corpy led in the Munsters here at
They currently coach, both in their 3rd year. What a stage for college hockey here in downtown Detroit. And the game is underway. And especially if it's this one. And this will be the last regular season meeting between these two clubs. Geary drives a shot. Corpy had it. And then covers it. Took a funny bounce off of him. But Michigan State's power play. They did get one last night from Carson Dorwart from the left circle. Corpy's there. Spartans track it. Backhander. Russell takes a whack. And now Draper will hammer it out and down the ice.
Number 1 unit looks like they'll stay out. No, Charlie Stramel is going to go off now. He is their net front presence. Shane Van Soggy, who laid that big hit on Truscott, will fulfill that role now, right in front of Cameron Corpy.
Isaac Howard now puts on the brakes. Sober skated the puck, lost it. Good work by Michigan down there. Larson now, short little touch there. Howard up top now to Andrews. Howard, one-timer, good chance. They score! Hammer in front. You mentioned him. Ben Soggy. Spartans draw first blood. It's 1-0.
Wolverines had a chance to clear. It went off the back of Isaac Howard, so they were able to keep it in. And the last night Michigan did it.
At Michigan, Father Sean was an unbelievable player in his college days and a great pro. Here's another chance, and that one gobbled up by Corpy off the stick of Gavin O'Connell. They're rolling. Good club they got in Columbus. Penn State, Wisconsin, the other Big Ten series. Look out, here goes Howard. Howard, the first rounder, a Tampa's in, and Corpy wins the battle this time.
God beat Corpy last night. You go to the backhand, it has a higher percentage of getting picked off. That one did, and they spring Isaac Howard. There's that little backhand pass. You need a little sauce on it, or you got to turn, protect them.
Sure was. Spartans trying to keep it in. Now D'Angelo, free of inside, and he tried to go short side. Getting a piece though was Corpy with the trapper. As far as don't, coaches don't, so we play on. Power play number 2 here. Michigan State looking to get something done here. The second chance, there's Howard camped out. Larson, good work out of Shifsky. He's dangerous. He's got 3 shorthanded. 2 in 1 game. They get him in, and he's in there. And Augustine robbed him with a right pad save.
One of those good penalties, you'd have to think, because if he wasn't being hooked, Garrett Shifsky was going to try and put one under the crossbar.
Oh, yeah.
As you mentioned, he has all of Michigan's shorthanded goals this season.
There's Tyler Duke now. On to the captain, 5th year. Jacob Truscott. We talked to him before the series in January here. He gets a good look, and Augustine got a piece.
You want to play in the playoffs? You're taking your chances in every series. I think this is a year that all 3 series might go 3 games. We'll see.
Tyler Duke, little chip around through the corner for Hage. Pass go right back in. Hage playing it ahead. Moldenhauer, he's right in. Moldenhauer, and Augustine holds his ground and gets him with the glove.
Watch him take the pass from Hage, and I think he tries to freeze Howard and pretend he's going to go to the backhand, and then wanting to slip one under the glove of Trey Augustine.
And he's defending there nicely on Rayo Mullen, who's got it back inside of the line. Missed on the pass for Hage. Now Hage gets it, carries in. Moldenhauer gets around Augustine. Played the puck there and crashing into the goal.
This will sit for 2 or less, and Michael Hage, such a great distributor, was able to free Moldenhauer, protecting on the backhand, going under the stick. And a hook right under the arms, and Moldenhauer able to kick.
One go by him. There you see the story, Fred, and the shots.
20 shots tonight, the same they had in just the second period last night.
Look out here, taking a look, they score! Oh my! Tyler Duke! What a day for his family!
Who was in the penalty box for the game's first goal, and give an assist, even though he won't get it, to big Josh Ernessy, the linebacker on skates, 6'2", 215. How do you beat Trey Augustine? Either with a tip.
Kelly trying to get inside. Good job there by Draper. And it's turned back over now. Manisto's in. Here he comes, and a big save from Corpy. Oh, what a chance for Tommy Manisto.
13 has 13 goals in a 13-game point streak. Unlucky number.
Yeah.
I think not.
Yeah, Mike Camilleri would agree too. So with Datsuka, there's a rip from O'Connell. Inside of the post and in. Michigan State's got the lead back. It's 2-1.
Gavin O'Connell crossing the red line. Net drive by Dorwart. That opens up the lane. Dorwart takes the stick of Dakota Rayo Mullen away, so he can't access O'Connell. And O'Connell, bit of a screen, Corpy down, don't think the other side, and it goes bar down anyway.
Oh,
what a rip.
Andrews now wristing one in, loose in the slot. Jarecki couldn't find it. Gucciardi does, hit a leg. Now Van Sagi tries to go up top with it. Puck loose, it's in! The Spartans get another one! D'Angelo was in front. Great pressure from that line, and it's 3-1 Michigan State.
You could see him pointing as soon as it went in. Wasn't happy about something. Let's see where D'Angelo is. He went to the crease of his own volition. And did that prevent Cameron Corpy from playing his position? Andrew Bruggeman.
To Tyler Duke now. Stramel gets free. Numbers for Michigan State. Here comes Charlie Stramel. Pulls the trigger, and Corpy made the stop in tight. Now the Wolverines. Moldenhauer back the other way against Basgill. Plays it in front. Good chance. 2 chances. Moldenhauer. The wrestlers, our producer Matt Litke, our director Ben Holden, Fred Pletch, and all of our crew. We couldn't do it without them. A tremendous group here tonight. 19 minutes remaining here in regulation time. Hage wanted to get a shot in tight, but Dorwart and the Spartans would not allow him. Penalty coming here as Augustine goes to the bench. Here's a puck centered. It goes in! It goes in! Larson, Dorwart around it. And Michigan State, Carson Dorwart makes it a 4-1 hockey game.
Carson Dorwart, he'll shoot the puck from anywhere and usually get it on net. And it was a feed.
Yeah.
Dorwart fans on it, and it goes off Larson's skate and into the net. Gavin O'Connell.
Played it in. Delayed offsides. Edwards has got to get back. Spartans have it. Everything good now. Here comes Shouty. Shouty takes a look, scores! Tiernan Shouty! Shouted out loud. Snaps it in down low, and Michigan State leads it 5-1, his 5th of the year.
A member of a Little Caesars team with his teammate Tanner Kelly and 3 members of the Wolverines, Truscott, Draper, and Estapa. They played together since they were 6 years old, and they continue to do so on college hockey's biggest stage.
Corpy stopped 29 in the game. He's given up 5. Was really good last night, but tonight a new 9. And there's Howard down low. Isaac Howard gets one on the power play. It's a 6-1 hockey game here in Detroit.
From scoring all weekend long, the Iceman had other ideas. Oh, nice feed. Corpy out challenging. Screened by the big tree, Charlie Stramel. He didn't see the pass go across.
Nope.
Cameron Corpy.
And this the 9th meeting here at Little Caesars Arena. Spartans want more. Still buzzing in the O-zone. Corpy had to be quick there, and he was, as Kelly was right on top of the paint. Back in the second, up top, Rayon Mullen takes a look now. One final shot. Augustine comes out, and that's the hockey game.
Got ourselves shaped up for an awful fun game at the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin. A lot of implications for both these teams, Wisconsin and Penn State as well, a bit in that playoff conversation. But
should be exciting. Who wants it more at this point in the season?
mentioned before, Penn State 12-11-3 on the year. We're fantastic. Out of conference. Oh, here's a quick opportunity for the Badgers. A slide and a shot and a save made. And they 1-0 advantage.
And a little bit of a hook as well as he's trying to get that shot off. And nice trip here into the offensive zone.
Christian Fitzgerald playing at 4, looking to catch up to the puck. Will do so successfully, shuffling it around to the other side. Now Hensler plays it in. That's a save. Ink turns and flicks it the other way. Ben Dexheimer unable to locate it. That's Reese Lawback pushing it back up. Now Wisconsin almost creating another turnover. And outside, shoot and a save. No, it's in! It's a goal! Oh my goodness, Penn State goes from barely dodging a goal to making it 1-0 in Madison. And Penn State has silenced this crowd early. We're talking about Tommy Scarfoni for a second here, 9-10 on the year, reigning ACC goalkeeper of the year. Uh-oh, Wisconsin, a chance. Morrissey gives it up, shot. Oh, what a save! Oh my goodness!
I'm taking a look at it here. Finley and Morrissey, maybe just one extra pass there that
I felt like for a lot of the Penn State faithful, it's not a matter of if this team could score. It was more just even, doesn't have to be fantastic. Oh, wait, another pass up ahead. Scarfoni this time able to poke it away on the drive for Penn State. That was Dane Dowiak, the sophomore from Pittsburgh.
get things to an overtime or a shootout, but just haven't quite been able to get those extra points when it matters most. You think they're big games?
Uh-oh, a drive for Penn State. A shot and a save by Scarfoni. It really feels like, Joey, that Penn State right now doing a good job of just kind of catching the Badgers off guard and slipping. Ryland Mosley, night ended, and now Penn State looking to capitalize. Here they come. It's a shot. Scarfoni a save. Are the projected first-round pick, proving why. Can't get the pass to go. Wisconsin in control. Big shot from Tassi, no dice. Now Dexheimer playing it through, a fight for the puck, but Sergeyev is all over it once again.
After a few years of getting some wins.
Chance for Wisconsin. Laskoski putting on the moves, can't stuff it through again. Arseny Sergeyev, have yourself a night. He has been prolific thus far as Wisconsin has stacked opportunities on top of each other. Not content, Wisconsin still fighting just north. The Big Ten really now big time face-off. Wisconsin in control for a second. Now it's Ben Dexheimer at the top. Big time swing from Finley, but snatched out of the air. And this time the sliding save or block is by Jared Crespo. Then Dexheimer to Finley again, primed to fire. Instead it's played through, somehow saved. Now Finley again out in front, and it's cleared.
Offensive weapons out with the game misconduct. It's going to be huge to not even let the second options.
Obviously, both these teams more than capable of scoring goals and even ice, and to improve that right there, Scholl out in front, a shot, and he's denied again. Puck still loose out in the corner. Penn State playing it forward, and Wisconsin will get control. Arseny Sergeyev, I mean, we're running out of words here. Wisconsin able to get themselves a nice turnover. Dick loses control. Might have had a drive if he would have held on to it. Instead, it's Penn State working the other way. And now we'll slow down and make a change as Wisconsin able to regain control, but it is plucked out of the air by Jason Gallucci. Otterill has the puck taken away from him. That's Jason Gallucci now. And now Wisconsin off the turnover. Unable to stuff it through as Christian Fitzgerald. Tassi reloads. Sample size is big enough that now it's just a matter of results. Laskowski looking to get himself some results there. We'll find Gavin Morrissey. Now it's Anthony Kerr. Kerr behind the net, opts for the wraparound. Sergeyev's on it. Now Wisconsin in control again. That's Kerr. Flipping it through, but no one available. And Morrissey hunting to tie up this game.
You're taking a look just the second time already.
Ooh,
that one felt
yes.
like Morrissey had a chance to get there before the left skate and pad of Sergeyev was able to get to the, maybe something that was just set up by the first one.
Finley to Morrissey out in front, push through, save made. And we will get ourselves a stoppage on the ice. And for hooking, get another look at it here. Number 3, yep. Kind of got caught with his. But Morrissey looking to change that. Gavin Morrissey, nice pass through to Fitzgerald, a drive. Now Dexheimer looking to stuff it through. Laskowski can't get the job done.
That felt like a grade A chance right there.
Yeah, you said it. Dexheimer not content. Sergey, they will clear it by. Morrissey will get a skate on it. It will leave the zone, and Penn State again. Uh-oh, they got themselves a 2-on-1. Penn State a chance at 2-0. Shot and a save. Rebound just ahead of Casey Amin out the box. Now it's Kyle Kupanen through neutral ice. He'll enter the zone. Try a shot on goal. Why not?
Generate some looks. Even the 2-on-1 that they had, they didn't get a clean shot off it.
Oh, right on cue. Penn State out in front. Scarfoni there to make the save. Now another chance. They reload. And once again, Tommy Scarfoni able to stand tall. They with 5 assists on the year. Wisconsin will earn themselves a turnover. That's Ryan Botterill at the circle, playing it forward. And now a big shot from Anthony Kerr. Wisconsin's done well with puck possession, but they have ran into a force behind the pipes. Hensler's turn. Another save made. Christensen not on the same page there with Lugras. Now it's Gavin Morrissey's at control of the puck an awful lot so far. And he'll try another shot. 110 shot department as a whole. Now Penn State only needs 1 to make it 2-0. Almost right there. It's just joined us. First goal of this game came just about 3.5 minutes in. Reese Lawback going to put it through off of a Aiden Fink assist. And now another prime chance for Penn State. Got 3-on-1. Shot and a save. And now a long pass all the way down. Wisconsin a chance to tie. That's Dick. No good. Oh, got to think right now, Joey. Penn State is looking to get themselves a long possession with how their offense. They've definitely had some chances even in the second period. I mean, before that break, they had themselves a fantastic sequence of 2 grade A chances. But
the opportunities have been there for both sides. You have to think this third period, how well-oiled these offenses are. Usually, you think last 20 minutes, here's your chance to let things loose.
And so, did you think about that for a second? I felt like you were wondering, should I?
No. It came to my mind. Last Dance, it just in my head. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that was
And I think you get down to this third period, and you look at that one goal that was on the board, and it just comes down to Tommy Scarfoni again.
Yep. Also playing their best as of late. But hold on a second. Penn State now with a chance. This is Reese Lawback who scored earlier. Looking to make it 2-0. No good. Rebound shot. And somehow it's saved by Scarfoni. Another look. Oh. Supposed to be Tyson Dick bouncing the puck off the board. And Dick's got control. He's got a lane. Does not have himself a goal. Get another look at the chance here. And Sergeyev has been real good at just getting down and lickety-split.
You're playing great defense, but that's not what you need right now.
Penn State still some time left. Scarfoni gets down, and it's still loose outside the crease, and now it's cleared. First, this puck flipped high in the air at neutral ice. Logan Hensler. 130 seconds left. Morrissey, no good. And Wisconsin hoping for one last gasp, one last chance to navigate a daunting Penn State defense, not known going into this game as a team that's had that ability in their back pocket. But this puck sliding down the ice. Could it go through? You betcha! A put-away punch for Penn State. This place is stunned. Who else but Aiden Fink to deliver that put-away punch? Threw it all the way down the ice, and it found its target. Guy Godowski will be incredibly pleased with this result. 2-0 your final. Penn State goes into Madison and gets the job done. How about that for the Nittany Lions?
Won yesterday against Michigan State. They'll be looking for a sweep later tonight as we're underway here in Madison. Both teams starting with their top lines out there. Carter Shade cross-ice pass to Charlie Serrato. Serrato trying to get past Hensler, forces a save out of Scarfoni.
Let Wisconsin get their offense going together, their top line, all the usual bunch, not having to move things around.
And on the shot, but he'll get it back. Casey Amon. Think behind the net. Here's a chance for Genev. That one took a deflection high. And
here from Penn State. They've been few and far between, but this one a good shot out in front. Perhaps a little bit too much congestion, but Genev is top.
Will chase it down. Sergeyev to it first. That one turned over. Shot by Kukkonen, saved a second chance. I believe it was Botterill, and he's denied by Sergeyev.
Fiend that we've seen in this contest so far. Botterill just a little too slow to get to that rebound. Get one more look here.
Tyson Dick combining with Fitzgerald. That one to the top, and it's Hensler with a shot. Took a deflection. It's out in front, and it's scrambled in. Kyle Kukkonen may have gotten the final touch, and Wisconsin is on the board for the first time this series.
That is a huge goal that the Badgers needed. Felt like they were close. Mentioned it before. They've had these scrambles out in front. This time it looks like it was Kukkonen who was able to put it home. The junior from Maple Grove finally gets the Badgers on the board in this series.
In Wisconsin's defensive zone, we haven't seen in the recent minutes ever since the power play. There's a shot and a goal from Cade Christensen, and Penn State answers back right. Offensive zone time since the power play, and right as I'm about to say that, they go out and score, and they were tied at 1.
Right out at the point, right off the face-off, an extra pass from DeMarsico, and Cade
works it back around to Fink. Final seconds of this first period. There's a chance out in front, saved by Scarfoni. Serrato couldn't control it, and that is how the first period will end. Play goal from Kyle Kukkonen, but Cade Christensen scoring his first career goal. And we are tied
a little bit after that to finish it off. You were strong on the power play yesterday. Have to continue that today if you want a chance at a win this weekend.
Penn State immediately in control of the puck. A first-time shot from Fink came up short. Here comes Lindmark going the other way. Owen Lindmark for the shorthanded goal. He's denied by Sergeyev.
You've given up one of the tough goals. You can't let them get one of those easy rebounds out in front.
Shot from distance from Crespo goes wide. It comes to Fascia That one deflected, chance out in front. The Lions take the lead. Reese Lawback has another.
Yeah, right on cue. He had one of those shots out from point. Nice passing out in front, and Lawback. 2 games, 2 goals to his credit. And the Nittany
with the Badgers coming away with the win, and then game 2 also went the way of Wisconsin. The score of 6-3. There's a shot by Finley. Second chance out in front. Somehow, some way, it's not in.
Having to get that. Well, take another look at this chance here, and yeah, I think that stick side of Sergeyev was open.
And Dexheimer up to Piatilla. And now chance for Lindmark on the backhand, saved by Sergeyev.
For the Badgers, they just haven't been able to pot one yet.
Another big time save by Arseny Sergeyev. And now we are going to step aside. Rebound goes wide from Tassi, down to 7 seconds remaining in the period. Morrissey, centering pass cut out. And it's out in front. The backhand save by Sergeyev at the buzzer. And Penn State holds on to their lead.
Trying to get things cleared up at that end of the ice, but a last-ditch effort for Wisconsin to try to even this one up at the end of the period.
Cross check on Tyson Dick. We are underway in the 3rd period with Wisconsin winning the draw. Ohio State, for the 2nd straight night, took down Notre Dame by a score of 5-1. Michigan State currently leads Michigan 1-0 in Detroit. Wisconsin will be hoping that score continues. Here's a chance and a goal! It's Lawback again! It's his series, and it's 3-1 Penn State.
Reese Lawback says it's too quiet in here.
Just roofing it past Scarfoni. Dances his way through. It's Kukkonen now. Fitzgerald. And Penn State gets it clear all the way down to Scarfoni. We're nearing the 14-minute mark in this 3rd period.
And Tyson Dick that time skating 1-on-3. Didn't really feel like there were any other real options to pass to, though.
Finley blows by 2 defenders. Goes all the way around to Mosley. Tassi, Finley couldn't get it cleanly. Carter Shea gets it clear again. This Penn State defense has been impressive. Morrissey trying to work it in. Mosley with the shot, he scores! A power play goal. Wisconsin has one back.
Well, it may have been quiet in here before, but Rylan Mosley, like we mentioned, those penalties for Penn State after the whistle were going to come back to bite them. Rylan Mosley missed most of the game yesterday with the game misconduct, comes back, and a huge goal to get Wisconsin back within 1.
Mosley hitting the 30-point mark on the season. Timer, a long shot, doesn't find its way through. That's a backhand from Fitzgerald, which misses the target. Dexheimer again. Tassi behind the net. Out in front, Fitzgerald the chance, and it's a big-time save by Sergeyev.
Bill, after the fact, let's take a look at this shot. We had an angle of it, but Sergeyev.
Crespo comes away with it for a moment. Behind the net, it's Fascia. Turned over, Dick out in front. Big chance for Botterill. Sergeyev says no again. And we're getting the notice that on Rylan. Penn State went up 3-1 in this period thanks to another Reese Lawback goal. Once again looking for another goal to put these Badgers away.
Now this penalty kill for Wisconsin, as you mentioned, it's been the highlight for the Badgers in this series. Can they stay strong one more time? No.
That may do it. DeMarsico puts it into the top corner, and Penn State once again leads by 2 goals. It's a trademark broadcaster's jinx there. Up until that moment, Wisconsin penalty kill was perfect in this series. But there is no better time for Penn State to find a power play goal than right now. They're one where they'll be hoping to get a couple of wins, because their final 2 series will be at Michigan State and then at home against Minnesota. Those are 2 of the toughest ways that you could close out a season with 2 of the best teams in the nation. Here's another chance for DeMarsico. Scarfoni denied him.
On a quick whistle.
Who've really been the difference maker in this game. 2 goals for Laubach to go with his goal and assist from yesterday's game. 2 assists for Geniev. And here's another chance. It's Geniev on the backhand. And the arm goes in the air again. It's going to be another penalty. Goes wide. Fink gets it back. Geniev. Serrato. DeMarsico, his shot was blocked. It broke the stick of Zach Scholes. Geniev. It's Fink. Only attackers on the ice for Penn State. They have another one. Serrato makes it 5-2. It is the dagger. Serrato, the freshman, has his 12th of the season. Just lashed past Scarfoni. Not a lot he could have done about it. Wisconsin, so they have a 2-man advantage for a minute and a half. Here's Finley driving in. Backhand and a save by Sergeyev, who has been flawless.
36 saves today for our...
Around the boards from Tassi. Another shot at the empty net, and it is in, and Penn State is up 6-2. And that will send even more Wisconsin fans to the exits. Four goals. Here's Horbach the other way. Saved by Sergeyev again. And the final seconds tick off the clock. And the Penn State Nittany Lions have come into Madison, and they have left with 2 big victories. 6-2 the final score.